Morning. Today's January 21st, 2018. I am just pulled into the gym here. So I did my morning weigh-in, which is why I'm a little bit happier. As you can see, I'm super excited. The weigh-in was 288.1, I think it was. Either 0.1 or 0.7. Might be 0.7. I think I broke through that plateau right there. I kept getting down to like 291.7, and that was about as far as I could make it. So, like I said, it was probably from starting up with the lifting. I put on some muscle and stuff. I did spend, probably 3 or 4 days where one of my meals had basically a can of red kidney beans incorporated in it, which probably also helped bring up my my weight a little bit. There's carbs that are in there, and I don't think I wasn't going to the extremes that some people, like some people ride their bikes everywhere, where if they eat a can of kidney beans, they'll burn it off instantly. I'd have my cardio in the morning, but it wasn't like I was, running or, doing any extensive cardio to actually burn it off, the rest of the day. So that probably helped a little bit. But like I said, I finally punched down past the 290 mark. I got about 8 to 9 pounds before I hit my goal of 280. And then I reset my goal. So my next goal will be 260. But it's nice to finally break that spot. Now whether I hit another plateau, at like 280 or 285, I don't know. Sometimes you can hit, just one plateau after the other. You'll finally break through one and then you're stuck there. Sometimes you break through it and, you glide down, 20 pounds before you hit the next one. So it's all about, changing up, confusing the body, working it, and figuring out what works for you to break that plateau, basically. Everybody is different. I mean, some people, it might be eating some, junkier food, or eating some more carbs or something. Some people, it might be just exercising more to break through. So everybody's different. For me, it's usually, having a day where I take in more carbs. At this point, I don't have to eat total junk. Yesterday I did have some gummy worms, but that was in the evening, so I doubt that really affected anything. Like I figured I'd put on a pound or two just from eating a couple gummy worms, to tell you the truth, putting some sugar in my body and having my body be like, oh, I want to keep this. So I don't think that was a thing. I didn't work out as like any harder yesterday than I have been. The treadmill, a couple of little extra jogs on the treadmill, but my calories burned were like 200 or a little more than 200 calories less than what I usually do. But maybe it's just changing up my cardio. Like I said, with confusing the body, it doesn't have to take much. It doesn't have to be a drastic change to, sort of hit the reset button on your body. It could be little things. So it's just basically keeping your body guessing. So if it's changing the diet just slightly, or changing your exercise slightly, or taking an extra day off from the gym and then going back to working out, or maybe working out harder. It's always like I said, everybody's body is different. Everybody has a different body chemistry. I'm sure out of the billions of people on the planet, there's 2 people with the same body chemistry to a point. But, don't go looking for them, because you run the risk of them not even trying to work out, so you two won't be able to compare notes. But like I said in another video, I mean, it could take people years and years and years to figure out what works for them. I mean, it's basically trial and error. You try it, see if it works. If it doesn't, you move on. And it's not trying it for a week. Sometimes you have to try it for months and months and months, to see if it's truly working, or, if you just lost some water weight, which you're going to have with any, starting up any exercise. First thing you're going to do is lose some water weight. So, I mean, I'm sure that was part of the first, 40 pounds I lost was probably some water weight. This time when I did my weigh, I went ahead and took a picture of I guess it's the body fat percentage. I don't usually go off of those. Like I said, when I was strength training, it would tell me I had something ridiculous like, 38, 39% body fat. And I couldn't see it with the amount of weights I was pushing, and the fact that, I didn't look fat. Like, I looked big, but I didn't look fat, and I didn't have a huge gut or anything like that. And it's like, I can't see how they're getting this calculation. You're reading through my feet. So how do you hit my upper body when most of my upper body is the muscle? So I usually don't go off that number. That's why I kind of wanted to go in and get a professional, like body index done by a professional, where you get into a pool of water, and they do the calculations, or I'm sure they got better ways of doing it now. I know Gold's Gym, when you sign up with them, they do it, but it's like almost like a little handheld video game where you hold on to it and then it reads it. So instead of reading it through the feet, it's reading it through the hands. And yeah, once again, I don't see how that works. Unless it's hooking up to my whole entire body, I don't see how it can read from one point all the way down through to, the exact opposite point. So basically, if I put my hand up, how it reads from here all the way down to my feet. I don't see that. That's why I don't trust those numbers. But I have noticed that the numbers have been going down. Like I said, I haven't been taking pictures. I should have. You start off, you're embarrassed by the number. I mean, I think my first one was like 43%. And it's like, really? So you're telling me I'm pretty close to being just half fat. Once again, I don't see that, I mean, my strength has gone down, but I still have muscle, I still have innards, I still have skeleton, I got 5 pounds of hair, but I just don't see 43%, but I have seen it going down. I saw like a 41, and then, 39 and 37. This time I think it was like 35 something. I went ahead and snapped a picture. I'll go ahead and post out. I'll start doing the pictures on this, on the body fat percentage. Like I said, I don't fully trust it, but it is slowly going down. So I got a little more faith in it. Like I said, I've had it where it's like, oh, you're 39%, and then you go and you work your ass off, you come back, and it's like, oh, you're 42%. It's like, I didn't eat anymore. I ate healthier. I worked out, which should have gained muscle, and yet somehow I got fatter. I don't know. And that number could be very discouraging too. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm skinny. I get it. I'm categorized as obese, which ticked me off when I was strength training. When the doctor's like, oh, you're in the obese. I'm like, you really want to say that to me again? I can just about, oh, shnipe. Hold on one sec. Oh, yeah, there's the light. But it's like, I freaking, take this building down, hulking it out, and, you know, I'm not obese. And it used to tick me off when a doctor looks at you, oh, you're obese because you're 330. Say that to Eddie Hall, you know, world's strongest man. Deadlift, you know, world record holder of deadlift at, you know, 1,103 pounds. Or it's actually like 1,102.3 pounds, something like that. 500 kilograms. It's like, tell that to him. I mean, he'll probably laugh and be like, okay, and then go back to working out. But it's like, come on, man. You know, I don't get it. I mean, there are people that can be skinny. I mean, you know, my brother, he put on some weight when he moved down south and married a southern gal that, you know, cooks southern food, which is mostly butter and mayonnaise and stuff, you know. And it's like he went from like 170, he's always seemed to be 170, and finally got up to, I think he was up to like 215 or something. At that point, for his body weight, he's considered obese. I'm like, really? I mean, he's got a little belly and a little pudgy in the cheeks, but to me, he's still skinny, you know. I mean, he doesn't look that way now, but it's just, you know, I mean, my ideal weight is supposed to be like 180 to 190. It's like, last time I seriously lost weight, I got down to 215 and hip bone was showing, and yet I would still be considered obese. You know, I'm like, that just doesn't add up to me. You know, it's not taking in all factors. All you're taking in is my height and weight, you know. So that's why I don't put too much faith in all them numbers. And the thing is you could be 300 pounds and be in perfect health. I mean, you know, at 330, my, you know, blood pressure was like, you know, around 120 over 70 or something. It was something ridiculous. And it always floored the doctors. Like, they expected it to be higher. It's like, no, man, you know, I may be big and I may not like running anywhere, but it doesn't mean I'm, you know, not healthy, you know. And then my last roommate, she insisted I was diabetic. I have to be diabetic, which she was diabetic. And she had the little tester, you know, where you poke the hole in your finger and you put the blood on the end and check it. And I'm like, all right, fine, you know, let's do your tester. Let's find out. So we poked it and did it, and it's like perfect. It was a perfect number. Right before surgery, they checked it. And she's like, oh my God, it's perfect. You know, it's usually a little higher, a little low, but yours is perfect. I'm like, because I'm not diabetic. You know, I have some family members that are diabetic. Doesn't mean I got that gene. You know, doesn't mean, I mean, and thing is, I used to pound down packages and packages of cookies, you know, and candy and gummies and all that stuff. But it doesn't mean I'm diabetic. You know, my body processes it differently. So it just annoys me when someone tells you that you're something and you're like, no, I'm not. I know my body better than that. I mean, there's one or two things, you know, I mean, like, you know, that stupid little, I guess you'd consider it a rash on the bottom of my foot. I can't really tell you what it is. I mean, it's most likely from me wearing my boots constantly because I'm sleeping in my truck. And if I take my boots off, even though they're under the blanket, it gets freaking cold as heck in my truck. You know, I mean, I wake up in the morning, my feet are freezing. Imagine having them barefooted. So, I mean, I change out my socks, you know, 2 or 3 times a day and try my best. But yeah, stuff like that. And, you know, my father, he had heart attack after heart attack after heart attack, you know, and high blood pressure and everything else. But that's because of the way he was eating. You know, that's why I hate filling out those doctor's forms, like, you know, your family history. Because as soon as you say that your dad had high blood pressure and he had, you know, 5 or 6 open heart surgeries and, you know, all that stuff, they assume that you have it. You know, and then they start focusing on that instead of focusing on what you really went in there for. You know, I stubbed my toe. Has nothing to do with, you know, high blood pressure. But that's why I don't really fill those out. You know, because that's all they're going to focus on is what happens in your family. Doesn't mean that I got it. Doesn't mean it's in my genes. Doesn't mean I'm going to get it. you know? So, I mean, unless suddenly I get diabetes and high blood pressure, you know, all at once, you know, like hit 40 and suddenly I have them or something, it's not going to happen. Like I said, I spent most of my life, you know, working out, staying healthy, and not overdoing healthy. You know, I mean, you get some bodybuilders that try to get down to like 2% body fat. Yeah, that's not healthy for you. You're going to die sooner. You know, you have to have some fat to help keep off like, you know, colds and viruses and stuff like that. Help insulate your body and all that stuff. I mean, ideally for bodybuilders, I think it's between 4 and 8 or 4 and 9% body fat that you want to have, you know, but some of them just don't understand and want to get down to like 0% body fat. It's like, that doesn't make you the world's perfect guy. It makes you kind of dumb because your body does need some fat. I mean, you could do it where you don't look like you have any fat and still have, you know, 4 to 9% body fat. So I don't know. Like I said, it is the way it is. And of course, you know, it's hard to keep up with all the researches because they constantly, you know, I mean, at one point when we were kids, me and my brother used to do basically like almost like a shake where you do like bananas and milk, you know. I think we threw ice cubes in to thicken it up, but you know, you blend that up and chug it down, and they're like, oh, you eat more than 2 bananas in a day, you'll die. It'll just kill you. I'm like, me and my brother have been drinking 4 or 5 bananas. We've been, you know, our mom couldn't keep up with the amount of bananas we've been downing, you know, and then suddenly, you know, bananas were good for you, and I don't know where they're at now. Same thing with milk, you know. You didn't take too much, too much, or milk was great for you, and then all of a sudden too much milk will kill you. And now I think it's if you down a gallon of milk at one time, it will kill you. I don't know. It's constantly changing. It's just difficult, you know. It's like I can't keep up with that stuff, you know, and I'm not going to worry about it. I will eventually die someday, you know. As morose as that sounds, it's the truth. I will die someday of something, you know. So, I mean, I could go to walk into the gym right now, get hit by a car, get hit by a meteor. I mean, it sounds stupid, but it's happened. It could be a freak lightning storm that hits me in the head and kills me. Like, I could literally, just sitting in this truck, it could, you know, something could go wrong, ignite some gas, and boom. I mean, something is going to kill me, you know, or I could have a heart attack, you know, for no reason. I could form a blood clot from sitting here too long. But the thing is why worry about that? You know, all that's doing is stressing me out. It's holding me back from doing the things I want to do. So you might extend your life a little bit longer by trying to avoid certain things, but you're not living because you're trying to avoid. You know, that's why some of the thrill seekers out there, they don't give a damn. They know they're going to die. But they go out and they do the stuff they do and they're happy. That's all that matters, is as long as you're happy. I mean, if you're happy sitting at home in front of the TV just downing junk food, that, I guess, is your view of living. Everybody has their own different view of living. You know, some it's going out skydiving or going out and climbing the biggest, you know, mountain, or, you know, doing 200 miles an hour and around the racetrack, stuff like that. That's, you know, everybody's got their own take on what living is, you know. And I don't down on people for doing what they want to do, what they like to do, you know. I'm not going to say I'm never down on it. I'm sure I have without even knowing it. But the way I look at it is your life is your life. How you want to spend it, that's totally on you. And you deserve to spend it how you want to spend it. You know, I have no right to tell you what to do. No one else has any right to tell you what to do. You know, unless you're breaking the law or something, then the police have the right to tell you what to do. But, you know, so, I mean, as far as, you know, stuff like that, I don't think about it. I've done some really stupid stuff that probably could have killed me. But I didn't think about it because I, wanted to do it, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. I'm not saying they were all smart moves, but yeah, this turned into another long clip. Damn, I gotta stop doing that. Alright, so I'm gonna run up in the gym. Today's leg day, so legs, core. I do lower back today just because, the bench for it is over near where I do my crunches and stuff. I do use the exercise ball for the crunches. I tried doing their ab crunch bench. For some reason it tightens up my lower back. Like, I don't know if all it is it's got only like one hinge for basically the upper back to do the crunch, but there's no way that's built for all sizes. I don't feel it is. And what I'm feeling is happening is as I'm doing the crunch, like I'm pulling up, but I think my back is arching, even though I'm not trying. Like, it's not a big major arc like those people do when they bench, which it's like if you can't push it up with your back totally flat on the bench, lower the weight, all you're going to do is injure your lower back. Even though you're not putting the weight on it, you're putting, you're bending it and putting pressure on it. But that's what I think is happening is I'm starting to get like a small arc in my lower back as I'm doing the crunch, which is putting the pressure on there, and it's probably why it's tightening up. But that, and they give you 2 sets of pegs to put your feet on, but I think my feet need to be a little bit higher than the top peg in order to keep that from happening. So it's almost like I'd have to put my feet up in the air and just hold them there as I do it, at which point as I do the crunch, I'm going to pull forward and it's going to slide my body down the bench. So it's just easier not to do it. I just don't feel it's designed right. I prefer the benches where you're upright and you're holding on and doing it, because at that point you're sitting, your butt's keeping you from moving. It just works better for me. So that's why I find it easier to do the exercise ball. I haven't tried just laying on the floor doing crunches. Full sit-ups, as soon as you hit a certain point, you're done working the ab part. At that point, you're working like your hip and lower back. Comment if I'm wrong on that one, but that's how I feel. That's why I stopped doing full sit-ups and just do crunches. I end up feeling it more. Like I said, as soon as I get that crunch, I feel it in the abs. After that, when I go to do the sit-up part, I stop feeling it in the abs, and it just ends up in the hips and lower back. So that's why I use the exercise ball. Like I said, I started incorporating weights. I'm just trying to not go too much on the weights, because I don't know what their exercise balls hold. I know mine holds at least 350, 360, because I've weighed 350, 360 and used it, and it didn't pop. So I know that much. I have done this one with 25, so I know it holds 315. Problem is it really starts squishing. Like, mine's a thicker, better rubber, whereas theirs is, I don't feel it's a good rubber. And they're a little bit underinflated to begin with. The 10-pound people can sit on it without a problem. I sit on it and it it squishes pretty good. So they don't make stuff for heavy people or tall people. I love it when a short person cries and complains. It's like, it's not any easier at the upper part of the scale there. There's a lot of stuff that's annoying to us big people. So yeah, my biggest one was way back, taking my girlfriend to amusement park, you know, and I went to get on the one ride, and of course she's a little skinny thing. She gets on, and it's like, you know, all the clicks to hold her in. I got on, sat down, and the dude put it down, and it hit my chest and upper shoulders. And he's like, I can't get it to shut. I'm like, dude, put some muscle into it. And he got another employee, 2 of them, jumping up and down and couldn't get one click out of this thing. And they finally told me I couldn't ride the ride. And the one part that did make me feel good was the fact that everybody on the ride kind of booed them for the fact that I couldn't fit. And a couple people were like, why don't you have, you know, seats for bigger people? That ain't right, and blah, blah, blah. Because they knew by looking at me I wasn't just a big, you know, fat guy with a huge gut and everything. They could tell that, you know, I work out. So, you know, it was nice that I wasn't getting heckled for holding up the ride or, you know, being, you know, a big fat Jabba the Hutt, you know. So it did make me feel a little bit better. My girlfriend, you know, she felt bad, which I told her not to. I mean, it's like, you enjoy it. I can't ride every ride. I get it. You know, it's the life I chose. And then we went to the next one. It was a roller coaster where you sit down with your feet sort of dangling. And they had to put me in they did have sort of like a double wide seat, you know. So my shoulders fit, but once again, they got 2 employees to push and push, and they finally got a click. And they're like, oh, well, at least it clicked once. I'm like, yeah, it's not going to feel good. I mean, the whole ride, it's like, you know, your chest is compressed from trying to stay in this ride. And they have cameras along the way to get pictures in case you want a photo moment. And the first pic that we saw, like, you get off the ride, you go and you see the TV and they'll show the different pictures, and then you can pick one. And the first picture I looked at, you couldn't even see my girlfriend because the chest holder was so far out that it totally covered her. So you didn't see her at all. You know, and then the second one was sort of from the other angle, and she had a super weird expression on her face, so she didn't want that one. So we didn't end up getting the picture, but yeah, you know, it kind of sucks. You know, they did, like I said, you know, and I don't fly. I've flown, well, I guess it'd be twice because it was a round trip. My brother flew me from New York down to Georgia to hang with him for a week. And, you know, I didn't expect, like, it was a birthday present. So I don't expect first class. So you get the cheapest option possible. It's 2 hours down, 2 hours back, you know, deal with it. Luckily, he gave me a window seat. But it's like you squeeze into it. And the first thing I got to do is apologize to the dude in the middle, you know, for being partially into his seat just from my upper body. And the guy's like, nah, it's understandable. He's like, you know, the seats get smaller and smaller. He's like, it's, you know, it's not just you know, which I totally understood. He's like, it's, you know, the fact that they keep making the seats smaller, trying to make more room. So it's like the whole time you're trying to do one of these for 2 hours, you know, your seat reclines like a half an inch, but somehow the guy in front of you can recline down to the point I can, you know, style his hair for him. So it's like his head's like right here, and it's like, here, let me recline. Okay, that was cool. You know. But that, and, you know, you got your armrests, like, I literally had to squeeze in between the armrests. So it wasn't very comfortable. And I know now they're getting worse and worse with their rules, you know. It's like, I heard, I don't know what's true and what's not, but I heard, like, some passengers have to pay, you know, so much for being over a certain weight. Some passengers are forced to pay for 2 seats, you know, because of their size and stuff like that. And I mean, I've seen, you know, World's Strongest Men, you know, get on an airplane, and those dudes, I know those dudes are way bigger than me. I mean, some of them are hitting like 430, 440 pounds, and some of them are like 6'5" to 6'9". And it's like, I don't even know how they squeeze in, and they don't fly first class either. You know, I mean, you don't get rich off of doing that stuff. You do it because you want to be the strongest man. And I watched some of them squeeze into the seats, and you know, you hear people cry about, you know, the fact that they're so big and blah blah blah. It's like, you know, no one's crying and complaining about what you look like or your size or anything. Why don't you let him be him? So, but anyways, yeah, this clip went way too long. I'll probably try to shorten the other one so I don't end up with another hour long vid for today, because I mean, it takes forever to, first of all, it takes forever to get it onto my laptop because it wants to be a pain in the butt. And then it takes forever to load it up to YouTube. So I need to start doing smaller clips and just, yeah, not speak my mind so much, I guess. But all right, like I said, about to go into the gym. Afterwards, I need to stop at the grocery store. Unfortunately, I can't sit there and buy food for a whole week, so it's like you're buying for a day or two, and then certain things you run out of faster than others, so you got to constantly stop at the grocery store. Just another annoying thing about being, you know, being without an actual house and refrigerator and stuff, but it is what it is. It's working, so I'm not going to complain too much. But yeah, and then after that, back to the office. I'll probably have something to eat, refuel my body, and I'll probably try to do a second workout this afternoon. Shouldn't be anybody, you know, coming in the office today. I know you know, last couple weeks actually, the drilling crew has come in on Sunday around, you know, 1 to 3 to get their equipment ready and everything, and then they usually have to leave out by 6 or 7 to get down to where they're going and so they can work. So I'll have to play that one by ear. But other than that, don't have too much. Maybe I'll try to actually watch a movie on Netflix. Other than watching some shows while I'm on the treadmill, I haven't watched Netflix or Hulu at all. You know, I'm not saying that this experience doesn't help. It does, because I'm not watching as much TV and stuff, and I'm doing more. I mean, I can't guarantee I would have got a gym membership if I wasn't kicked out. You know, I mean, need a place to shower, get a gym membership, you got the membership, might as well work out, you know. So I'm not going to say the whole thing is totally negative. There are positives to it. It's just, you know, bullcrap how it happened and why it happened. So, oh well. Okay. I mean, it's 7:30 now. This clip is running too long. So, let me go up in here, get my workout in, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Hey, just finished up at the gym. I did decent on the treadmill. Did a first half hour. Did some intermittent, you know, like jogging. I'm not going to say it was running, but jogging. I tried to increase the speed, which I did better than yesterday with. So I'm getting the speed up there. The duration, I'm trying to lengthen that a little more. So slowly getting there. Second half hour, I slowed it down, focused more on, you know, raising and lowering the incline. And I tried another one. The machine's called Curve, which is, it doesn't have a motor. I mean, it goes as fast as you go. And basically the machine itself actually has, if I can do my hand right, it's pretty much like that. It's curved. And so if you sort of drop back toward the back of it, you know, slower pace, less calories burned, stuff like that. You move toward the front of it, you end up going faster and all that. So I did that for 10 minutes before going up to the upstairs to the treadmills. And it actually helped me get up the stairs better. usually leg day, you work out your legs and then you go to walk up the stairs and it's like you wonder if you're going to make it all the way. I mean, my legs aren't where they should be, So, I mean, it's not like I get winded going up. It's just, you worked out your legs, now they're tight. So that machine actually helped loosen my legs up some. So I might start doing that, for 5-10 minutes before going up and doing the treadmill. And yeah, I mean, I did a couple little videos, of just like one is like a set on the treadmill, one's a set for the sides, and then I did one for a set of crunches. I went ahead, the first set I did 25 pound, did 100, and then I said screw it, if the ball pops I'll just buy them a new one. So I grabbed the 45 and I did 2 sets of 50 each with the 45. That one you feel it in your arms and shoulders trying to hold the plate up, because basically the way I look at it is I kind of want the plate to be like this, instead of like angled down, so that way I get more of the weight toward the upper part of the body as I'm doing my crunch. And I definitely felt it in the abs. And to tell you the truth, I still feel it in the abs. Like, it's not like I tore a muscle or anything. I just know I worked out my abs today. So I'm super happy with that. So I might start out with the 45 next time and just do sets of 50 until I get comfortable. And after that, I might have to bring in a piece of rope or something. Way back in the day, I used to do decline sit-ups, not crunches, but actual sit-ups. And I was up to, I think, 160 pounds, which is hard because you basically got plates stacked on plates, stacked on plates. And then I basically ran a rope through to tighten it, to hold it. And then you're just basically trying to hold it with your arms as you're doing the crunches or the sit-ups. And I think I was doing like sets of 15 with that one. But like I said, I'm nowhere near being able to do that. I'm sure they got decline benches in there somewhere if I look for them. I did remember that they do have another section downstairs with like some free weights and the squat racks and stuff. So I might try going in there to do like my shrugs and stuff like that. Maybe that'll be less busy. I'll have to check like both of them, find out. But I'll put it, I'll put those little clips on after this. I think one's like a minute, one's like 2 minutes. So they're not very long. I'll put my stats for the treadmill and that other curve treadmill thing. But other than that, I'm actually pretty happy with today. I mean, I'm not going to say I went like super crazy, but I see little improvements every day, and that to me is just awesome. It's nice to see, like, I know eventually you hit a point where you sort of come to a stop and it's like you're struggling to up it. But right now, just trying to get my muscles to a certain point. I'm not going to say back to where I was, because I'm not aiming toward where I was. I'm taking a different path. But just to get my muscles back, working and back in shape and stuff like that. And, it's a beautiful thing to see improve, see even the smallest little improvement every day. I mean, it could be just on like one machine by 5 pounds. And that, is enough to excite you. But I mean, I think it's just I'm getting more motivated. So I'm getting my my urge back. I'm like Netflix. I'll admit Netflix. I was watching Stranger Things season 1 and 2, and I just watch it repetitively over and over and over. But I switched up to like weightlifting. Almost like documentaries on weightlifting, bodybuilding, stuff like that, pumping iron with, Schwarzenegger and Lou Ferrigno and all the ones that, I'm not going to say that I used to love. I mean, I still love the guys. They're awesome. But stuff like that to slowly get it back in my head. And like I said, I'm not trying to go extreme. I'm not trying to be world's strongest man. I kind of missed that boat, and I'm not trying to get back in it. And I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder. I mean, I can't get on stage in front of thousands and thousands of people like they can. I don't know how they do it. Kai Green, I mean, he's got all types of respect for me because, he is him. He's his own person. He's a great guy. I would love to meet him. He was actually in Stranger Things 2, season 2, and everybody just has nothing but good things to say about him. They're like, you can walk up to him, you talk about something, and he's not the kind of guy to be like, oh, thanks, and walk away. He'll actually engage you and talk to you and stuff. And, he didn't have the greatest coming up in life, but he pushed himself, and he knows what he wants to do and stuff. I mean, he was bodybuilder, but I think he got out of that. But now he's slowly getting into acting. He's taking acting classes. His artwork looks phenomenal. They showed some of that in the one documentary. And, I mean, he is definitely ridiculously good at artwork. But, yeah, and he does his own, sort of performances, where he'll go different places and stuff. And it's definitely artistic, It's not him sitting there talking. It's him, he starts out wearing a mask and, almost like a sheet, and he slowly starts moving around and, flexing and stuff like that. So it's beautiful to watch. I mean, the dude's awesome. But I meant to make this short, and I started rambling again. I am definitely going to work on this. I will get off the rambling and stuff. But yeah, like I said, the gym, I feel very, very good about today's workout. As you could tell, is probably the reason why I'm rambling more than I need to be. About to go to the store to pick up some groceries. And yeah, just, relax a little bit. Like I said, I might try to do a small workout later with the bands. Might take the time to blow up the exercise ball and, do some band workouts. Like I said, it all counts on, if I can have the office to myself or if there's going to be other people there. I mean, I can't be sitting in the middle of the office working out while people are trying to go in and out, for work. And I really, I don't want to come back to the gym, That's why I kind of grabbed that stuff out of storage because I figured it'd be easier and quicker. That way I don't have to exactly change to do it. But yeah, it's one of the things that sucks about living in your truck is if you need or want to do something, you have to figure out how and where. I can't exactly do a band workout inside my truck. And I sure the heck ain't going to do it out in the parking lot, I mean, the company next door is, they're basically a car lot, and the offices that we're in is not a car lot. It's offices. But they went and rented the place and bought, 50, 60 cars. They're taking up all the parking spaces with their cars. The dudes are there almost 24 hours a day. The one guy keeps driving his diesel truck in circles. I have no freaking clue what that's all about, and it's kind of annoying. But that's all they seem to do, And I mean, they got cars out, in the front of the offices with a bunch of price tags on it and stuff. And it's once again, this isn't a car lot. This isn't the place to have a car lot. Across the road, there's a motorcycle place. I think it's BMW. They might have Ducati. I can't remember offhand. But they have motorcycles there. But theirs is more built for selling motorcycles, and they don't leave the motorcycles outside. They have the room to have the motorcycles inside, and people come by and, you get people test driving, but it's not like hundreds of people coming in and out. and of course they drive their fancy exotic cars, their Lambos and Ferraris and all that crap. Sorry. They're beautiful vehicles, but I'll never afford one, and I don't see the use in having one. I mean, I go to the store and buy an avocado, I have nowhere to put it. I mean, they're not built to do anything but drive fast in. And everybody that buys one, they don't drive fast. They putt around in it, which is a waste of a beautiful high horsepower vehicle, and then when they do drive fast, they don't know how to drive to begin with, and they crash them. So, it's like maybe take it out to a racetrack a couple of times first to see if you're going to crash it. That way when you crash it out there, they have cleanup crews for that stuff, and you're not going to kill somebody else. You'll just hopefully not kill yourself. But anyways, that ramp went beep and then went beep, and yeah, that was all over the place. It wasn't really a rant. It was just, I can't even think of a word to make it not a rant. That's sad. All right. Anyways, I'm going to cut this. Afterwards, I will put the couple of videos of me working out. I mean, I don't have tripods and all that stuff, so I just sort of prop the phone up against the wall at a certain angle. So you'll notice that the view is from basically you laying on the floor looking up at me. It's the best I can do. I mean, unless I can find some duct tape to strap it to the mirror or something like that. Like I said, maybe someday I'll grab a tripod, but I really don't want to walk around the gym carrying a tripod, setting up cameras and all that stuff when I'm there to work out. My workouts are long enough as it is. I mean, it is 11:26 right now. When I finished that first clip, it was about 7:30 when I walked in there. So, and luckily it's a Sunday, so there's nowhere I really need to be. But like tomorrow, I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to go to the gym or not, because I need to be at the doctor at 8. And it's going to take me at least 30 to 40 minutes to get to the doctor. So you're looking at 7:20. And I mean, I can get here a little bit earlier, start my workout. I could possibly get 2 hours of a workout in, but then I'm going to feel like I didn't do anything. I mean, if there's someone out there that's willing to pay me to sit in a gym all day, and just work out, dude, contact me. Put it in the comments below and contact me, because that's all I really want to do. That's why I've done stupid things like sit in a gym for 8 hours, just rotating through machines and free weights and everything else, trying to burn myself out, and never got to that point. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I believe in honest work for your pay and stuff, but if there are people out there willing to pay someone, I mean, if you have a supplement or something and you want to show it works, I'll be your lab rat. I mean, if you're willing to pay me enough that I can cover my bills, and I can show you progress to make you happy, I'm all for it. At this point, why not? What do I got to lose? Besides maybe a kidney or something. Hopefully your stuff isn't that bad. But anyways, all right. Like I said, got to go get food and all the good stuff. I'll hit you guys up later, let you know where I'm at, let you know if I was able to do a second workout or not. I'm not going to promise one, like I said, just because I can't guarantee that I'll be able to do one at work. But I'm gonna try. If the office is clear of people, I'll probably do it. If people are slowly coming in and out the whole time, then no, I'm not gonna do it. So, but all right. Until later. I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy your Sunday. It's pretty cloudy here, but I think it might have sprinkled a little bit, but it's still not bad. It's like 50 degrees out, which is why I'm in a t-shirt right now. But I hope you have a great day. Enjoy it. Live life. Do something crazy. Go be outrageous. Let's see I want to see outrageous people out there doing outrageous stuff. Nothing that affects anybody negatively. Just positive, outrageous stuff. So I'll talk with you later. So I stopped at the grocery store, picked up some food. It'll last me probably 3 days. The chicken will last me longer. I bought 2 bags this time. They're on sale. Even though they're not cheap, still on sale. But I just wanted to show you, basically what I've been eating. so that you get an idea. You know, because when someone says, "Oh, I've been eating vegetables," you wonder what kind of vegetables and stuff like that. So I just wanted to show you. You know, I got my 2 bags of chicken. You know, some broccoli. I did grab some seasoning. Doesn't have sugar in it or salt. Avocado, celery, bell pepper, and baby spinach. So that's basically what I've been eating. I usually get grape tomatoes. They're kind of nice to cut up and throw in my little concoction, if you will. But they didn't look all that great today. 3 or 4 of the packages had like a moldy one in it, and they were super tiny. The package I got before, they're actually on the bigger side, which I like, because then, you know, you cut them up a little bit more, and I mean, I know in the end you're getting the same amount. You know, if it's 5 ounces, you're getting 5 ounces, but I'm just weird like that, I guess. But I just wanted to do a little quick clip to show you, you know, basically what I've been eating. Sorry that the camera keeps moving in and out. Remember, YouTube newbie, okay? Calm down. But yeah, other than my bulletproof coffee, which I have with the recommended 2 tablespoons of grass-fed, organic, totally awesome cows, you know. Other than that, I drink water. I don't drink soda. I used to love drinking the Starbucks coffees. I mean, they're super freaking delicious, but they're also super not good for you. So, don't do energy drinks anymore. I mean, I was pounding through 2 or 3 32-ounce monsters, the low-carb ones. So, hey, I did watch my carb intake, but it still isn't good for you. But, I mean, I pound through them because they didn't have much effect on me, and I like the way they taste. To tell you the truth, a lot of people don't. It's like the sugar-free Red Bulls. I like the way they taste. Some people, they're like, "Oh, it tastes like gasoline." I guess I like the taste of gasoline. What can I say? But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Every once in a blue moon, I'll get like a Granny Smith apple. I love the green apples. I like the tartness. I told my mom the one day, I'll explain that one too. I get it that I'm not from, I think they use that over in England or Britain. They refer to their mom as mum. And I do this because when I say mom, it feels like, you know, like she's about to get yelled at. If I say mother, it feels like I should be getting yelled at. But when I say mum, it just sounds sweeter. It sounds nicer, you know? So whoever came up with that word, kudos. I like that one. So that's why I call her mom. Every now and then I'll slip up and say mom, you know? And I feel almost like a little disrespectful when I do it. That's why anytime I text her, I say mum, you know? I even have her in my phone as mum. So, and sometimes it's nice to use little bits and pieces from other countries and other cultures, you know? I mean, if it betters your life and makes you happy, why not? I mean, if they copyright it or something, want to sue you over it. But, I don't know. But, yeah. So, like I said, I just wanted to quick show you what I've been eating. Like I said, I have my bulletproof in the morning. And then, I mean, that usually lasts me about 6 to 8 hours, counting on what I'm doing. And so it's sort of like a little fasting. And then usually around lunchtime, especially on a job site, I'll have like the bell pepper, might have a cucumber, or the broccoli. Broccoli is nice because as I'm driving, I can break off a piece and eat it. I don't consider it the same as texting. I don't have to look at it to break off a piece. So, but yeah, and then usually by dinner time, I was doing a lot of kidney beans, but I want to cut back on those because they do fill you up. I mean, I've been doing the whole can, which I know I can cut back on the amount, but I'm so used to when I open something eating the whole thing that I need to break that. So, but I kind of want to cut back on that anyways. Kidney beans do have carbs in them. The fiber amount in it does help with the carbs, but I just eating it in the afternoon, I feel like it sits with me. Allie, she eats the beans in the morning, which is actually a lot better. I mean, you'd rather take in a big amount of carbs in the morning so that your body has all day to process them and burn them off and stuff. So, you know, it's not that I didn't know it. It's just sometimes you make something, you just want to eat it. So, that shoulder's a little wore out. So yeah, I do have some salad mix that I bought yesterday, so that'll probably be what I'll end up doing for dinner today's salad. I'll cut up some celery and the avocado I got because I bought 2 of them. They're nowhere near ripe, like 3 days ago, and I keep forgetting to grab. Like if you put them in a paper bag at like room temperature, it ripens them because it pulls the moisture out. But I keep forgetting to get paper bags. So I keep, each day I end up buying an avocado so that I can have one in my salad or whatever, because the other 2 sit in the refrigerator and I don't want them just sitting in my locker, because I don't know if mice can get in there and stuff like that, and I don't want to run that risk. So, yep, low battery. But yeah, this was supposed to be a short clip just to show you basically what I've been eating. Like I said, I gotta buy food every 2 to 3 days. Sometimes it's every day, counting on what it is and how much of it I eat. Like the bell pepper, if I end up eating that for lunch tomorrow, I'll end up having to buy another one. Like I said, I'm in the company break room, and I mean, we do have a refrigerator. They have their Keurig machine. We got a sink, coffee maker, which I don't trust, and then we got our microwave, or my stove, and that's basically our break room. Every now and then they put some paper plates in here and stuff like that. I got my own bowl that I use, that way I'm not killing too many trees. I know I need to cut back on the plastics. Yeah, I need to just not put the vegetables in the plastic. And I mean, I go through the self-checkouts anyways. I feel that I'm faster, and a lot of times I'm faster than the computer can compute, which slows me down. But so yeah, like I said, this is supposed to be a short clip. I'm sure tonight's video is going to be 3 hours long because I'm in a super talkative mood today. I'm happy today. I don't know what clicked to make me happy. I mean, I woke up in a little bit better mood this morning, so I can't give the gym 100% of the credit, but I'm just in a better mood. I feel happier. I mean, maybe it's the weather too. It's like 50 degrees out, and like I said, it's supposed to be 60 tomorrow or something, and the next day, and then it drops down to low 40s. But just in a better mood, so a little more talkative. I apologize if the video is too long for you. You can watch it in pieces if you like. Another nice thing about me putting pictures in between my clips during the day is if you feel like watching 10 minutes and the first video goes 10-11 minutes, then you can stop at that picture, and then next time you come back, continue on. You don't have to watch the whole video at once. I kind of don't recommend watching the whole video at once. Either that or stop at certain points, go watch Ali Spagnola's video, cheer yourself back up, and then come back if you want to put yourself through it again. So, alright, I'll end it right here. Like I said, I'll do another clip later. I just wanted, like I said, for the billionth time already, I just wanted to show you the foods that I've been eating, so you get an idea that I'm not out there eating bags of chips and candy and everything else. I mean, I did do my little gummy worm, splurge the other day, which I think I'm done with gummy worms because those things were not fresh, and I should have known when I put the scoop in them to scoop them, and how hard it was to scoop them, that I should have just said no right then. But yeah, so yeah, there I am, here I am, there you are. All right, so I'll see you on the next clip. How's it going, guys? It's like 5:30. I'm gonna try to keep this clip short since the previous ones were kind of long. Haven't really done too much this afternoon. Drilling guys, I mean, they showed up at like 2:30, and a couple of them are still here. So, and then one of the technicians called me and said he'd end up stopping by to drop off his timesheet, so he'll be stopping by. But maybe if I'm lucky, everybody will be gone by 8:30. I'll get a small little workout in with the bands and go to bed. Tomorrow, like I said, I'll probably get up, go to the gym for an hour and a half, 2 hours. But from there, I need to go to the doctor's. Chances are they'll release me back to full duty. So probably Tuesday I'll be working again. I already told them I'm not working before 8 a.m. because from 5 to 8 is going to be my gym time. So I mean, I didn't tell them the reason why, but it's none of their concern. But yeah, other than that, just sort of been watching some YouTube and getting the videos, getting the video ready, get everything together. So all I have to do is quickly piece this last piece on and get it uploading. I know it's going to take probably a good hour and a half or more to upload it, just because of how long it is. I apologize that it's so long. I just, like I said, good day. I was talkative, and yeah, that's what happens. I mean, if my video ends up being 4 or 5 minutes, that's when you should worry, because that means nothing happened and I have nothing to talk about. So, but other than that, nothing too exciting happened. I mean, I just got done making dinner. Not sure if you'll be able to see it right there. Like I said, it's basically a salad mix with some spinach. I did get a rotisserie chicken while I was at the store. I didn't show you that, so I put a picture in. But yeah, I had some of the rotisserie chicken, and then I just cut the rest up, put it in the salad. Avocado, celery, seasoning. I like my crushed red pepper flakes. So, notification. So, yeah, and then like I said, I get the Mrs. Dash to have like an extra spicy that has a bunch of seasoning in it. Doesn't have any type of sugars in it or salt. So the rotisserie chicken by itself has enough sodium in it, so I'm not too worried. Your body does need sodium, so people that are trying to cut out all sodium, it actually helps in processing electrolytes. So I mean, that's what Gatorade is basically sodium. It's salt. And one of the mistakes people make is they guzzle down Gatorade and guzzle. And the thing is Gatorade is one of the things you take you may drink a bottle, like a 16-ounce bottle, but then you're supposed to drink like 32 ounces of water. I mean, that's the whole point, is it makes you thirsty so that you rehydrate yourself more with water. So if you're a binge drinker on Gatorade, you should really stop that, because it's not healthy for you. And that's why people get sick to their stomach and everything else, and it will help you retain water. I don't drink Gatorade to begin with. I never cared for it, never felt good in my stomach. So but yeah, little health tip for you there. But other than that, that's about it. Like I said, put this piece on and throw it on YouTube, and hopefully I can get a small little band workout in before I go to bed and be all good. So like I said, I apologize that the previous 2 clips were so long. I guess I should put a warning in the very beginning to watch half and then leave and come back for the other half. I'd hope that you did that on your own. I'm not that good at video editing to put that in unless I write it on a piece of paper, take a picture, and put the picture at the front of my video. But I'll put it in the description. Maybe you guys will read the description. But other than that, have a good one, and remember, you be you, because in the end, you are awesome. Thank you.